Cost allocation is huge for nonprofit because it helps them figure out how much it actually costs to run their different program. And a lot of times you have to do that for grant reporting. So you need to allocate both direct costs, which are easy, and indirect costs, which are the shared expenses like rent and utilities. And QuickBooks Online just doesn't have that built
So
in.
I'm seeing the theme here. And then, of course, balance sheets by fund, income statements by fund. Yes, yes for FastFund. No, no for QuickBooks Online.
It comes back to that fundamental difference in how the two systems handle funds.
Right.
With FastFund, you get a complete financial statement for each individual fund, so you can really, really see what's going on. QuickBooks Online, no way.
And then, the last couple here on this chart, form 990 reports by functional area.
Big one.
Huge. Grant reporting, pledge tracking, budgeting by functional area. I mean, it just paints such a clear picture.
It does. FastFund is designed for the nonprofit world. QuickBooks Online is not.
So to really bring this to life, the article talks about this nonprofit community forward.
Right. They were using QuickBooks Premier
Okay.
and facing a lot of challenges as that version was getting phased out.
So what were they struggling with?
So their main problem was that they weren't able to do true fund accounting in QuickBooks Premier.
Okay.
They were commingling restricted and unrestricted funds, which is a big no-no. Donor reporting was a nightmare. They were having to do all this work in spreadsheets. Compliance was really, really difficult.
And so they made the decision to switch to FastFund. And can you walk us through, what was that transition like and what were the results?
So it sounds like it was a pretty smooth process. FastFund provided training for their staff, and the system itself is pretty user-friendly.
Okay.
They help them migrate all their data from QuickBooks Premier, which is super important. And FastFund integrates with their other systems like their donation platform and their CRM, which is huge for efficiency and accuracy.
So they weren't having to manually enter stuff between systems anymore. And the outcomes, what happened?
Well, the biggest thing is that they were finally able to do real fund accounting. So they could track each restricted fund, make sure they were spending the money correctly, generate accurate reports for donors, the whole nine
That's
yards.
great.
Yeah, donor reporting was a breeze after that. Compliance was so much easier because they had a system that was designed for it. And the finance team was just way more efficient.
They actually even included a quote from the executive director of Community Forward in the article.
They did.
And it sounds like they were really, really happy. They said, not only did it make them more efficient, but it also just gave their organization more credibility with donors and other stakeholders.
Yeah, it really shows that having the right tools makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And I think that the whole point of this use case, as it's laid out in the article, is to show that, if you are a nonprofit and you're struggling with QuickBooks, you are not alone. And that there are alternatives out there that are designed for your needs.
Visit Araize.com and read the QuickBooks Does It Handle Fund Accounting blog post.